Grings Mill today. I hate wearing my hat backwards, but it gets in the way of the camera, so we're gonna do it that way. Here at Grings Mill again, there was a report of chimney swifts here about a day or two ago, so trying to find them. It hasn't been going so well so far. Did just get my first goldfinch and wood duck of the month, so working on that monthly total at least, but nothing new so far. Got a sharp-shinned hawk on the way here, again, not new for the year, but new for this month, so hopefully the swifts will be out today, but we're almost there. We're almost to the start of spring. I'm so happy. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another episode of my 2025 birding year. So primarily I think I'm going to be staying just Pennsylvania today. It's Saturday. I did have the day off. However, I just honestly, I have so much editing and stuff to do that a day trip in March was kind of a little bit tougher. I'm trying to get as much stuff as I can done for like the channel and life's sake before April hits, or at least like mid-April hits and migration and stuff like that. So today we're going to be probably roaming around mostly Berks County. However, I do think that I might, there's a Bullocks Oreo, yep, that's how tired I am. There's a Bullocks Oriole 90 minutes or so from where I currently am, which is North Park in Kutztown. So we'll see if I make the trip for that. I'm not sure. I definitely would love to cross that species off. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's been hanging around for months now. So that's definitely a possibility there. It's on private property, but as long as we don't visit on Sundays, birders are allowed to go there. So it is pretty cool. So thank you to that family, obviously, who's hosting that animal. It is awesome. But yeah, we're going to roam around today. Phoebes, swifts. I got the cowbird last time. However, I would love a picture of one, obviously, for you guys. Both when there's one cowbird to 50 grackles, it is kind of tough to get in there. But yeah, so we definitely have some new species that are kind of bouncing around. They're here and far between, but I think we might be able to at least knock off something today. It's a little bit overcast, 60s, so typical March weather. But yeah, let's get out there, everybody. All right. Well, that was lucky. It stopped calling a little bit. I did get a photo and a couple of videos, or a video and a few photos of it. There's an eastern phoebe behind me, which is a new species on the year, and the first of the year for me. So that's pretty awesome. I love those little birds. They are absolutely adorable. It's sitting in a tree right back here. I couldn't find it, just down by the stream. So sadly, I think I did spook it a little bit. There it goes. It's calling a little bit from that tree. So yeah, new species on the day as soon as I get out of my car. So I'm also testing new gear today. So I'm outfitted a little bit heavy for this little trail, but we have a new binocular harness. I have a new camera harness. I went with the Black Rapid sling, and then I also bought my first Osprey bag. So this is just like, I want to kind of get a comfier like way to carry around camera, binoculars. The sling bag is fantastic. Really nice. I didn't want to spend 60 bucks on a sling day bag, but it actually is really solid so far. I'm also trying out new shoes, which are the Solomon Speed Crosses. I hate them so far. They're incredibly uncomfortable, but we'll see how it goes. I've been trying to break them in at work, but they're just a little bit too tight. I think I bought the wrong size, sadly, but we'll see. We're gonna wander through the rest of this trail, but even one bird today is a win for me. All right, well, no, there's the Phoebe again. North Park was a success. Like I said, first Phoebe of the year. Crossed off, I think, just the field sparrow, other than that, for this month. Obviously not new in this year, but I still like to keep up with some of the more uncommon ones around here. The rarer purple finch still continues as well. Heard it calling from some of the bramble, so that's pretty cool. Glad to see it's still there, and glad to see the Phoebes are back. There's at least 2 or 3 that I hear calling. The gear, except for the shoes, worked out really well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I brought a spare pair of hiking shoes just in case. So now on to the next stop. All right, so I just made the hour or so drive to Chester County to Atwater Reservoir, which is completely privated off. There's a small shopping area with like a barbecue joint and Wawa. I think physical therapy or gym, something like that down here where you can kind of park off to the side. And it's literally, and I'll turn you guys around once that notification goes away. Yeah, it's all gated off, private, and you can basically just walk your way around and hope for the best. I just pulled in, got some really amazing pictures of flicker, a northern flicker right outside my window, which isn't a new species or a rare species, but they're a little bit harder to photograph because they're always high up in the trees, always moving around. And sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I just did like 10 laps back and forth. We were here for a red-necked grebe, which is an uncommon species for sure. Around here, luckily, I got very lucky. It is literally, and I took a picture of the area down there, and I got to see, I believe it was 1 or 2 horned grebes and the red-necked grebe all hopping in a corner. And it was really cool. You know, it wasn't cool, the fact that I couldn't get any pictures of it. It's been here for a couple months, and there's just annoying construction outside, so that's what I'm doing my little review of here in here. I got some pictures of Canada geese, a crow, maybe a robin, some common mergansers down there, and maybe one of the horned grebes. I'm not even sure. I brought my zoom camera, and for some evident reason, me trying to peer through those little metal bars, it wasn't doing any justice. And I swapped out for my Canon camera. By the time I got back, I saw them like hopping around underneath and diving, but sadly I waited about 30 minutes and they never came back out. I can kind of see them maybe a little bit through the bramble and bushes down there, but it wasn't great. So sad, yay, it's a lifer for me, and I'm really happy about that, but I really wished I could have gotten a photo for you guys. I took a couple of blind shots just in the area, hoping maybe I can get something there, but it's a yay for the lifer list, and you know, it's been here for a while. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have even been able to ID it. So thankfully I got it, and you know, maybe a picture of a horned grebe, but sadly it just wasn't there when I got my good camera out. I should have grabbed it. Both the distance here, I knew a 400mm lens would have been tough. I did stop off at Farm Boy barbecue right next door. I want to try and talk about more food places when I do day trips, so not vlog style. I'm not comfortable enough to videotape myself in a restaurant. I hate that feeling for myself. Good for everybody else that likes doing it. I don't. But I want to try and take pictures more of like places I visit and stuff like that. So we're gonna try Farm Boy barbecue. I unfortunately have to make the hour and 15-minute trek back to work now. At about 4 o'clock. It's about 1:30 now, so I have a pickup order and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes on the way back. There's huge traffic, so I'm trying to take a detour. So we're gonna see if that works out for me. So I'm sorry this was not the most eventful trip. I wish it would have been a little bit better. I'm watching vultures. Yeah, I wish it could have been a little bit better. If the grebes were out, it would have been honestly a perfect place to shoot them, photography wise. But sadly, it just wasn't perfect. But yeah, I'll probably take another peek before I leave just to see if they've come out, but I don't think it's going to happen. You know, this was a quick visit, another lifer, and I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really wished I could have gotten a photo of it. Just perfect situation, I guess, for me, where it was, ooh, there it is, and then disappeared. So it happens. Same thing with like the pink-footed goose and the barnacle goose. Some of these rare, really like hard to find birds that are just in the middle of flocks or in the middle of some sketchier areas, or just spots that not necessarily are sketchy, like it's a beautiful area where I am. It's just, you know, I literally can't climb down there on private property to get it. So yeah, just Canada geese hopping around. So yeah, I'll probably take another lap just to see if there's something down there, but unfortunately that's just how it goes with some of these birds.